Eat and lose weight. It sounds like a dream, especially for those who really want to lose weight but hate grueling diets. In this video, I tell you about 7 foods that are said to have almost magical properties. Cherry are often said to have negative calories, meaning your body uses more energy to digest them than the food itself contains. For example, 100 grams of celery contains 16 calories, but we supposedly burn 20-30. Sounds great. In reality, the body uses 5 to 15% of the fat's calories to digest. This means even the lightest food always burns less energy than we consume. But don't rush to turn off the video, because despite the effect that negative calories don't digest, these foods can actually help you lose weight. And here delicious, safe, and don't leave you feeling hungry. The first food is zucchini. 20 calories per 100 grams. Zucchini contains a lot of water. This makes it suitable even for people with sensitive digestive tracts. It has a mild diuretic effect and is rich in dietary fiber. In general, this product is considered not only tasty but also healthy. Zucchini can be cooked in a variety of ways. You can grill it or make subs with it. And zucchini can be added to other foods, for example, chicken breast. Make it with zucchini. You can make delicious chicken cutlets, which, by the way, are low in calories. I have a video about chicken cutlets with zucchini that you can watch. Here, of course, I will talk about foods that have minimal calories, but how to combine them with other foods so that the calorie count does not increase significantly. If you fry zucchini in oil, the calorie count can increase several times. As I always say, dinner is the time to cut out all the carbs. Chicken cutlets with zucchini are the perfect dinner. Zucchini is a soft, tender, and delicious food that won't ruin any dish. It can also be combined with other ingredients. For example, you can make a zucchini casserole. It's delicious. It's low in calories and very filling. If you'd like me to show you how I make this casserole, let me know in the comments and give me a like. My next favorite is grapefruit. 100 grams contains 35 calories. Grapefruit is one of the best antioxidants. It contains lycopene and ritonavir. It's also a source of vitamin C. It has a mild fat-burning effect, improves insulin sensitivity, and thins the blood. Overall, I think grapefruit is one of the essential fruits in our diet. Despite being high in carbohydrates and sweet, it quenches thirst and hunger very well. Grapefruit has one very special property, even dangerous, I would say, which not everyone is how to use. I usually eat grapefruit as is. I just slice it and eat it. There are people who like to drink grapefruit juice, but I won't recommend it because we always consume more fruit than we need when we drink it. In effect, when you just eat the fruit, you can get full from just one grapefruit, right? Half of it is enough. And we can squeeze 2 or 3 grapefruits into juice, drink it, and not even notice that you've eaten 2 or 3 grapefruits. I also love adding grapefruit to salads. It adds a piquant flavor. Grapefruit goes very well with green leafy vegetables. If you don't like tomatoes, try adding grapefruit instead. And my wife doesn't really like tomatoes because she gets little, ulcers on her tongue after eating them, and she doesn't eat them because of that. But she adds grapefruit instead, and the salads turn out really tasty. You can also add grapefruit to salads with avocado and chicken. That makes a caramel dinner. Do you eat that film? I don't really like it. It's very bitter. Of course, I eat it. I eat everything. In effect, I once said in a video that I could eat all the seeds of a watermelon. Sometimes it even irritates me when they start filming all this. But everyone does what they like. But in reality, it's fiber, plant fiber, which is good for you. It creates volume. Our stool. I tell you something that's not obvious. Few people know this, but grapefruit affects drug metabolism via cytochrome. Cytochrome is involved in the metabolism of almost 50% of all drugs. Grapefruit inhibits the action of cytochrome. This can have 2 effects, 2 types of effects. First, because it inhibits metabolism, drug concentrations will build up, potentially causing iron overdose. Second, because drug metabolism is disrupted, the drug may not help at all. Keep this in mind. The third product, one of the lowest calorie foods, is cucumbers. 15 calories per 100 g of Продукт. Cucumbers consist almost entirely of water, but they even contain potassium and silicon. Cucumbers also have a mild diuretic effect. Plus, cucumbers are very soothing to the gastrointestinal tract, especially the stomach. And from a Tibetan medicine perspective, cucumbers are one of the best cooling foods. They are even good for external inflammatory conditions, like subcutaneous sepsis. When local temperatures rise, people make cucumber caremperesis. Cucumbers absorb and draw out the heat. Cucumbers are also very good for the skin. In effect, in Eastern medicine, there are many cucumber-based drinks that are drunk on an empty stomach to improve skin texture and reduce inflammation. Another funny thing, when I talk about fiber, many people say, I eat a lot of cucumbers and tomatoes. In effect, these two vegetables are the least beneficial in terms of fiber content. And here he answers the question right away, is it harmful to eat cucumbers and tomatoes? No, it's not harmful. And what can you make with cucumbers? Well, you can add the cucumbers to any sort you like. And on a hot summer day, you can make a drink from cucumbers and lime. Make tea all in water. Tea makes a delicious drink. If you chill tea in the refrigerator, it's even better. Adding 100 grams of vodka makes tea even better. I'm joking, of course. In effect, cucumbers in summer and cucumbers in general are a good food. And from a Tibetan medicine perspective, cucumbers, as I already said, have cooling properties and can relieve gastrointestinal ailments. I'm specifically referring to inflammatory processes in the stomach. Yes, even eating cucumbers without the peel creates a feeling of comfort in that area. And, of course, cucumbers always add a volume to any dish or salad, since cucumbers are made up of water. You're practically drinking water, in effect. But at the same time, the large volume is a joy to the eyes. The food produced is radishes. Here also one of the lowest calorie foods, with 16 calories per 100 grams. Radishes are rich in antioxidants and vitamin C, stimulate digestive juices and the digestive fire, and have a mild antiseptic effect. And radishes go well with meat, any meat, lamb, beef, chicken, anything. I love radishes in salads. They add a piquant flavor to salads, yes. I also love to eat radishes simply sliced, mixed with herbs and salted. I usually eat these radishes in the morning with scrambled eggs, because eggs are also protein. And sometimes, if you eat eggs alone in the morning, you feel a little heavy. But if you eat eggs with radishes, you won't feel that heavy. They digest quickly and give you good energy. But in the village, when I lived, when they sent me to school every summer, they always fed me radishes with sour cream. And they always said that on a hot summer day, this is a good product, but now I understand, yes, it is sour cream, a muchos farming product, it is hot in the summer and it also goes very well with radishes. Unlike cucumbers, radishes contain fiber. So for some people, especially those with problems with intestinal microflora, this product can cause increased gas formation. This is normal. You just need to eat a little at a time and get used to it. And at some point, you will notice that this product will no longer produce gas as much as it did when you first started eating it. The fifth product is lettuce. Only 14 calories per 100 g of product. It contains folic acid and vitamin K. Of course, lettuce is a source of antioxidants, and lettuce is one of the best sources among vegetables. And fiber. Lettuce is added to all salads and all dishes to add or get you a daily dose of fiber. By the way, this morning I read a question in the comments about folates. Folates are folic acid, which is found in lettuce. Are they harmful to health? Well, I don't really think so. To think that the folic acid found in lettuce is harmful, you'd have to eat at 5 to 10 kilograms of lettuce a day. I don't think anyone eats that much. I don't think there is any need to explain how to use lettuce. You can add it to all salads, all dishes, all sandwiches you make. You can even fry eggs with lettuce. Generally, lettuce goes exceptionally well with animal proteins, eggs, meat, various of fowl, yes, liver, and so on. Therefore, if you cook meat, as I do, if you make cutlets, and so on, add plenty of lettuce. And logically, let's move on. The sixth product is cabbage. 25 calories per 100 g of product. This refers to Chinese cabbage and broccoli. Cabbage contains vitamin C, vitamin K, and folate. GT also contains many antioxidants. Therefore, cabbage has a slight anti-inflammatory effect. Cabbage is very good at stimulating gastrointestinal motility, as it is very high in coarse fiber. Because of this, by the way, raw cabbage can irritate the gastrointestinal tract in many people. Therefore, if you feel discomfort after eating raw cabbage, it's better to cook it. You can prepare it in a variety of ways, including subs. You can even grill it, bake it, and you can also combine it with cabbage and other vegetables, like zucchini and squash, to make vegetable casseroles. You can also add lettuce, for example, steamed broccoli as a perfect side dish. My youngest son, who's only 3, loves broccoli. He can eat it raw, baked, or grilled, avinsahe. He can just chew and eat it in any form, and he enjoys it. One of my favorite lunch dishes is cabbage soup. So, my wife, puts lamb ribs in water and chops up some white cabbage, or she can make up different kinds of cabbage. It all just boils, and I eat it with pleasure. For you, it's not the cabbage, but the lamb. Well, cabbage and lamb, if they add some noodles, for example, yes, but I wouldn't really like it. By the way, in this context, I want to answer the question of how to get children to eat vegetables. Well, children actually eat what you eat from childhood. You can't forbid the foods you eat and force your children to eat vegetables. If you always have these foods on the table and you always eat the same, then your children will start eating the same foods. But they, of course, intuitively begin to choose their favorites from the foods you eat. My eldest son is 4 years old. He eats more cabbage, usually white cabbage, and my youngest eats more broccoli. So, first of all, you shouldn't try to shape your child's tastes. Look at your own eating habits, your family's eating habits, and so on. The seventh food is celery. About 16 calories per 100 g. Celery is one of my favorite foods. It's 90% of water, but it's very high in fiber, unlike cucumbers. Celery also contains a substance called apigenin. Apigenin inhibits aromatase, an enzyme that converts testosterone to estradiol. Hence why they say celery is very good for men, especially those with low testosterone levels. Doctor, no one has said true it is an adversary. Well, yes, at first it seemed, yes, not very tasty, yes, but when you're selling out products in general, here is this moment, you have to try them. When you try them, yes, some products that you thought were, well, tasteless, they become delicious. Celery. Did I say favorite? In the beginning, when they gave it to me, of course, when my grandfather realized that this product was very healthy, he bought it. I didn't like it, but then I started to like it. Now I actually, in effect, I really love celery juice. I like adding celery to salads or other dishes. Yes. My wife who said to hate avocados. Now, avocados are one of her favorite foods. She can have them as juice or as a dish called guacamole. Now she can just eat them by the cup of roll. And it is a life hack for making you love celery. Buy only fresh celery. If it's not fresh, it won't taste good. You never love it. Because celery contains a lot of coarse fiber, like cabbage, and fiber, it can cause gas. But we already covered that. If you experience gas when eating various vegetables, especially those high in fiber, it means you have problems with your gut flora. And you need to fix that by eating fiber. Many people say, I love cucumbers. They don't cause gas. Cucumbers don't have fiber, so they don't produce gas. Here at herbacid and so on. But celery and cabbage are high in fiber, so they don't contain coarse fibers, which is what causes gas. It takes some getting used to. So, incorporate these 7 foods into your diet, into all your meals. Minimize your carbohydrate intake, especially simple carbohydrates. Then all this will help you lose weight. Stay healthy.